Usually it's a marathon, not a sprint. Now it's a sprint, not a marathon.
There you go.
We're going to turn it around.
There you go. It's a sprint, not a marathon.
Yeah, the new era of baseball.
Orioles fans, sprint to the title. There's a chance that they're going to play as many games as you were going to win all season.
Weekdays at 3, it's Cofield and Company.
Hey, Las Vegas. This is Ido Gavish from Century 21 Gavish Real Estate. Everyone here at Gavish Real Estate would like to thank all those working the front lines during these very difficult times. Thank you for your bravery and generosity. Capiche? That's Gavish.
Some people changed their mind. The head of the NFL said, yeah, maybe we was wrong. Football players, maybe they did have the right to peacefully protest. Well, don't apologize. Give Colin Kaepernick a job back. Don't come with some empty apology. Take a man's livelihood, strip a man down of his talents. You sorry? Then repay the damage you did to the career. You stood down, because when Colin took a knee, he took it for the families in this building, and we don't want an apology. We want him repaired.
Now, back to Cofield and Company in the Findlay Toyota studio.
River Al going at Roger Goodell and the NFL and the owners. We'll get to that in the 5 o'clock hour as Terrell Owens had some really strong words. Look, really strong words for Roger Goodell. We have so much going on today. We're going to talk to former Metro officer and city council person Stavros Anthony in about 10 minutes. Got Ryan the hockey guy, some more hockey talk in the 4 o'clock hour. And we do have a bet on the line. The bounty. The bounty is in play. We saw mask smoker guy on video, viral, goes to 4.5 million views. Everyone's like, oh, Vegas, it's back. It's disgusting. All different views on a guy trying to smoke with a mask on. We're going to get to the bottom of this. Was it a play? Was it planned? Did we get played by Ari? We put a bounty on the man's head, the smoker. Ari had to get him on by the end of the week. Ari, I think, had him booked, nearly signed, sealed, and delivered as of like 7 o'clock last night. And then I saw him via text stream goading John Von Tobel to throw more money in. I think he knew what he was doing. So we're going to find out who's been playing a game here.
I like it.
Who's been playing a game. And that was over at Barley's. A lot of people were wondering where Smoker Mask Guy was at. That was over at Barley's. Is he a Las Vegan? Is he a Hendersonite, Hendertuckian? We don't know. And Ryan McKinley's going to find out maybe it's not the smartest thing to judge a book by its cover, right?
Keys.
Frankly, I look like a horse's ass. I look like a Magnum PI sidekick today with my hat and my Hawaiian shirt on. Yesterday I was wearing, or at times this week I've been wearing a camouflage hat. So who am I? I don't know. I'm 50. I still don't know. Whatever I feel like being on whatever day.
50.
I don't know. I don't know what I am. I'm morphing.
I got my hooves out today. Did you see?
Your hooves are out. You're wearing flip-flops. That says a certain thing about you.
Hooves out. Let's go.
And Bill Belichick.
Camo shorts as well. I don't do the hat, but I do the shorts.
Basketball is back, baby. Basketball is back. It won't be the NBA first, though. That basketball tournament where they pay out whatever it is, $1 or $2 million, right? Winner take all. It's a fun tournament. Yep. A lot of former college players, some older dudes, some unknown dudes. They play this tournament in all these different pods around the country for $1 or $2 million. Hell, we've seen guys like Greg Oden playing in it. Jimmer.
I was going to say, Jimmer killed it a couple years ago, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So they're going to play, it looks like the entire tournament is in Columbus, just one spot, July 4th to the 14th. That's before the NBA is back, and it will be televised. So that league, not the big three, not the NBA, will be the first men's basketball that we'll see on TV, live men's basketball. How about that?
Yeah, I think I'm in. Listen, I mean, I feigned excitement with Korean baseball. I mean, it was cool. Like I checked it out a couple times.
I knew there was something going on.
I mean, we're not actually sticking with Korean baseball as much as I'm a lifelong fan of the Doosan Bears, and
lifelong fan.
Yes. Repping Doosan till the day I die. This is a return more closer to the sports that we all want and expect, and depending, I haven't seen a list of names that are being involved, but as you mentioned in the past, Greg Oden and Jimmer Fredette, they tend to pull some pretty decent talent.
Carmen's Crew was the winner last year, It's former Ohio State players. Last year's winner-take-all prize was $2 million. This year it'll be $1 million.
Well,
pandemic, man.
Everyone's cutting costs.
Yep.
I get it. But hey, $1 million's still $1 million, and that usually brings out some pretty solid talent. So it'll be a nice little precursor, a nice little appetizer to the return of the NBA.
The founder of the tournament says being the first basketball event to play in the U.S. since March is a monumental task that is only possible with great partners. So, and he's thanking the state of Ohio, Columbus, Ohio State. Good deal. Puma's involved. I'll give him the pop. Pop to Puma.
Pop to Puma. That's fun to say.
The NBA is coming back. Will everyone be playing? Well, we know the answer is no. It's only 22 teams. Carmelo Anthony, older guy, certainly worried, like many NBA players are, about safety.
Sure.
Is this all on the up and up? He was on the TNT podcast and had some comments about coming back and said, yeah, pump the brakes here. And let's get some more information.
As far as actually playing and going back down into Orlando, I'm still up in the air a little bit because I really don't, we don't have all the details. We don't know a lot of information. So until we have that, it's kind of hard to just, commit to it 100%.
There you go. What? Pansy. Getting paid all this money. You're not going to play. You're going to get that. And it's Carmelo, so I'm sure the other response will be like, we didn't even know you were playing. I thought you were done, you bum.
Doesn't mean he can't not also be concerned about dying. I mean, I'm not going to fault anybody for having an opinion during a pandemic about anything. If you don't want to play, I don't care. Don't play. I don't blame you. I understand, especially if you're Carmelo Anthony for 17 years of $1 million contracts from the NBA.
It echoes the sentiment of teammate Dame Lillard, who also said, do we have a shot?
Right.
They're in.
You're not going to be hearing this from Anthony Davis or LeBron James. You're not. Not this way.
I think they'll have concerns, but they, in the end, they want to win a title. This is how you win a title. The Blazers are the longest of shots. Not the longest shot, but I think they're 29 and 37, something like that. They're within hailing distance.
Yeah. And we've seen what happens when McCollum and Lillard get hot. Like, they can win a series or two.
Oh, yeah. And there's a lot of weird situations out there. Hell, the Knights are one of them. Hockey, right? Mark Stone was probably going to be unavailable for much of the playoffs. He'll be available this time around. Multiple bigs, including Zach Collins, the Vegas guy, were probably done for the Blazers. And they were on the outside looking in. Well, they're going to have some of their players back because of this long layoff. So everyone's going to have to assess the risk. Is it worth the time to go down there? Now, I don't know if that means that Carmelo is saying, hey, I won't play, but I'll be there for my teammates. I think Lillard has suggested that, like, hey, I may not play. I'm going to assess the risk and assess our chances to make the playoffs. Doesn't mean I won't be with my team, but I may not be playing. There's the other risk is, you're going in for an 8-game regular season when you have almost no shot to win a title. Am I going to go out there for 8 games off a long layoff and potentially, wrap my Achilles up my leg, or roll it up my leg like a freaking like Odin did, right?
Or how about like Paul George did here in Vegas a few years ago?
So, and people don't want to hear this. Like, that's part of your job.
Part of your job is never risking your health or your family's health during a pandemic. It's just not. Don't you talk to Karl Anthony Towns? Why don't you call him a wuss? Why don't you call him a coward? His mom's dead. You know what I mean? Like, this is unprecedented times, not just in American history, but, sports as well. So there's a lot of emotion. There's a lot of feeling. There's a lot of fear. There's a lot of anxiety, and there's a lot of hope. So it's this maelstrom of all these emotions.
It feels like home, doesn't it? ESPN 100.9